In this segment, we're going to be going over the arms and legs of the Stormtrooper costume. Now this section gave me the most trouble with building because there's a lot of complex curves and a lot of complex measurements involved, but it's not super complex. It just took a while to figure it out how to do it the right way and make it look right. The first thing I want to go over is the shoulder pieces. Now this is a 4-inch 90-degree elbow. What I did is these outer lips here, you cut these outer lips off and then you split this in the middle. Then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to have to heat this and put it in a vise to flatten these pieces out. You can pull them apart and then you're going to want to put them in a vise. What I did is I took 2 pieces of wood and put them in between the jaws of my vise so that it was soft, so when I tighten them down to flatten it, the wood would not mark or mar my plastic. And what I ended up with is this. Now you can see this is 90 degrees because this is where I cut my lips off. And right here, I just had to cut a little bit off right here and then just round this down. And then you pull these pieces out and flatten them out. And they'll stick on your shoulder just like that. So, also put some Velcro in here. This is what's going to keep it onto the rest of your breast piece, and this is going to keep your upper piece of your arm hanging down onto your bicep. So next are going to be the arm pieces. Your upper bicep piece is going to be pretty easy to build because you're not going to have to do anything to it. It's just a piece of 4-inch sewer pipe. I have this strip here. This is going to go on the outside. This is a piece of strip molding for paneling or something. And it's already white when you get it at your home center like Home Depot or something. And this, it's got Velcro inside, and then you take a piece of your fuzzy part of your Velcro, you stick it on the inside, then you stick it along the inside of your shoulder, and this piece is going to come out, and this is going to mount to the inside of the upper piece of your chest piece. And so this just comes up here and comes up here like that. And when this is hooked to your chest piece, this is just going to hang, and that's all there is to it. What you're going to want to measure is your bicep from here to up here, and it's going to be pretty short because you want to leave some slack so you don't get any pinching when you're bending your elbows. And you don't want it too big because then you'll be walking like a robot also. So that's the upper piece and the shoulder. Stop falling stuff. Alright, this is the lower part for your forearm. This is cone shaped right here. What you have to do is you're going to want to measure from your wrist to the inside of your elbow, and this is going to be one measurement, and from your wrist up in the top to the out part of your elbow. So this side where is the outside of your elbow and this side are a little smaller, and you're going to cut an angle. But to get this cone shape, you're going to have to take your straight piece of pipe. I'm using this one as an example. This isn't exactly what I use because it's got holes in it. And you're going to have to cut a groove here, and what you're going to do is you're going to measure the diameter of your wrist, the diameter of your upper forearm, and get the difference, and then you're going to measure around your pipe on both ends and make the difference. I just eyeballed it. I didn't try to make it more complicated than it needed to be. I just eyeballed it, and it's going to stick on. And see, now this is when this comes up like this, what you're going to do is you're going to heat this with your heat gun, and then slowly mold it until it's somewhat straight. Now, I have strip molding on both sides of this one, but only on one side of this one. If you put this on, nobody's going to see this. I put it on this one, but I didn't put it on this one. I can't remember what my reasonings were before. But, see, when I'm walking like this, you're not going to see the inside of this. Although this one does look a little better, but there is no strip like this on the original. I think that's why I left it off on this side. So you're going to have to heat these and shape these a little bit. And as you can see, it's graduated a little bit. It could be cleaner if I took a little more time. So that's the whole thing on the arms. And these are hot glue gunned on. Now the legs had a particular challenge, especially the calves, because they're really skinny here. They come out and they come back in. So it's making like a football kind of shape to it, which was really tough, and I had a hard time figuring out what I was going to do. But what I ended up doing is I made the illusion of this coming back in. I can make it come down to a point on one end, but the other end, it would start looking really horrible. So what I did is I just made the cone come up, and then I gave the illusion of it coming back in like this. Now there's two pieces here. There's an inside piece, which is a garbage can, and then there's a larger garbage can on the outside. So, as you can see, I shaped it and cut it so that I used the same technique that I used on the forearms, and I got the basic piece of this back piece. Then I took a larger piece to make the actual shape of the shin, which I then cut like this to make it come back up. So then, now both sides, the left and the right side, are slightly different. On this side is the right side, and I have these little buttons right here, and those are, got to pack them right here. These are furniture glides. They just come in a pack of 4, and I drilled holes and I stuck the nails through, and then I clipped them off and glue gunned them in. So this is one calf. Then the next calf comes up a lot higher to make this knee guard piece, and then there's a strip in front here. Now the back doesn't look super awesome, you know, but it's layered, and it's actually labeled which one is which, the left and the right. And then I actually riveted these in, but you can use a screw if you want, and then I painted over them white to hide them. So that's the shin piece. The thigh pieces were a little easier. I actually, instead of making a complex like V shape, I just took a garbage can, so you can see the flat part, which is kind of like this. Well, I think this one I actually used on the bottom, but you can see the flat piece here, and I just cut it down the middle, and then I just pushed it together to where I wanted it, drilled my holes, and screwed it in, and then glued my piece on. And then you'll see there's Velcro here. What you're going to do is, on your knee joint, the Velcro is going to go in front, and on the top, I'm sorry, I screwed that up. On the top piece, on your thigh piece, the Velcro is going to go in the front, and on, I don't think you even need to use Velcro on the bottom, because the bottoms just sit on your feet. So there is no Velcro on those. The same with the arms. And I think that's it. I'm going to go ahead and try to put this thing on. I forgot where my shoes are. I have no idea where I put them, so I'm going to put the whole thing together and walk around and show you what it looks like all put together minus the shoes.